And we are live with section 36 of our Drowned Gods campaign. And I did for once remember to ask, so Anna, why don't you take it away with the Akalupu notes?
Great. So last session ended with a scary Starfire mob showing up. So Hero hides in the kitchen, wins at cards, takes food to guard room, brings sexy guard to kitchen. Friends show up with mushroom darts. He's purposely, skipping over the embarrassing part. We try to sneak in, but extra guards get in the way. Dark Witch tries many things to get in. Has Princess try to get Sneaky One in. Sneaky One gets in, comes out and says no crown. All go in room and find secret tunnel. Find crown.
There we go.
Yeah, there's a lot that was missing from last session because Akalupu wasn't there.
Yeah.
I forgot about it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, totally fair. All right, so who other than Abe wants to give the full recap for an extra hero point?
Oh, I'll do it.
Sorry, you went last time. You're disqualified.
This is Hadassah speaking.
Sorry, Hadassah, you have to speak English.
I think Abe should go because I'm still eating.
Or Anna could go.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember most of the things that happened to you guys.
All right, well we'll give you a special exception this time. You can go, Abe.
Okay. So.
Oh, also everyone remember to reset your hero point pools to 1.
We start off with Princess Luna.
Queen Luna.
Queen Luna. Queen Luna comes in. Everyone's like, oh crap. People lose their collective stuff. And they Akalupu sidles to the back room, tries to play cards and does
first he hides behind a chocolate fountain while the two have their little mini confrontation and stare daggers at each other for a minute.
And then he hides in the employee room
because Queen Luna had given the guards around her a meaningful look, and then they had started fanning out through the crowd because she brought her honor guard with her. So you later on you interact with Queen Celestia's honor guard, who are in white with gold highlights, and then Queen Luna's honor guard. I think there were 6 or 8 of them, something like that. But they are in black armor with blue highlights.
That's right. And then seeing them looking for people, Akalupu doesn't want to take the chance that he's recognized through his cunning disguise, but very flamboyant disguise as well, as a what did we decide it was called? Like with the monkey pants and like
an organ grinder?
No, he's got like the little vest and the fez and the monkey pants.
Well, they're harem pants, but yeah. I don't know that we named the outfit. PPOP was wearing a clown outfit, if that's what you're thinking of.
Maybe.
Jester. I mean,
Watch it with the derogatory terms.
Fair enough. Those are separate things. I'll give you that. Related, but different.
It's like highbrow jester, or highbrow clown. And so, having fled to the employee room, does surprisingly well through a few hands of cards. I think he intimidates, or no, he reads them. He's just very good at reading people.
Yeah, he used his ridiculously high diplomacy, which no one expects PPOP to have, or Akalupu to have.
Akalupu, right? It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing with this? Anywho, and he managed to get some information out of the servants of what the guards like, and while he's trying to make up some sort of food for them, we cut to PPOP and Manwanui up at the Princess Sunbeam.
Correct.
Princess Sunbeam's room, and Princess Sunbeam cooks these amazing scones and tea.
Which you eat in mixed company by accident.
Yes, and I know something bad happened.
Yeah, you
Something
guys.
with lightning?
Mono
Oh, we
Anui is
both
missing
found-
a tooth now because of what
That's
happened.
right, because of there was a rock,
It was a seed.
a seed, a very hard seed in both Mono Anui and Pipiopi's scones, but only the one in Mono Anui's scone caused
It
physical
was a
damage.
ghost.
Which technically is true. It is your ancestors indirectly punishing you for breaking
we
Kapu.
think we hear shame on the horizon, on the periphery.
I mean,
We're not too
it
sure.
was enough that even Sunbeam asked if the wind had said shame.
Oh, well, dang. And then what did we do? Oh, we came up with a plan to cook down some of the mushroom, not all of it. I think we still have quite a bit left. Into a serum. So Mono Anui did that.
No, I think your mushroom is gone. So you used all of the mushroom, but you have extra serum left. You didn't use all of it on the darts.
Okay. To make 5 blow darts, and while Sunbeam helped PPOP make a blow dart gun. And then they're like, we should probably find Akalupu. Meanwhile, Akalupu has gone to the guards. He's, sashayed over with some delectable treats. And kind of used what his mama gave him to entice some guards to go back with him to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get, mited. And then cut back to PPOP Mono Anui and company. And they decided they should go look for Akalupu while invisible, because Mono Anui activates the aspect of night. Speaking of which, I should probably get into Roll20 and Hero Lab. That aside, and then they just turn him invisible. Yeah, they must just turn him invisible because I don't think they knock out the guard.
No, I mean you turn invisible or you're talking about Akalupu, yeah. Yeah, you get him to come out of the room, and then as soon as he's out of the room, you turn him invisible.
That's right. And then we all head off because we only have an hour of invisibility. Try and break into Queen Celestia's palace or her rooms, where allegedly the crown was. Decide that there's too many guards to take out all at once without causing a disturbance.
Yeah, because there were 6 guards in total, but you could hear arguing voices coming from inside the room.
Mm-hmm. And much to the dismay of Mono Anui, despite all the, sounds of disturbances that she tried to make sound as if there were, a commotion that the guards would have to open the doors or something like that. Didn't budge. Finally, cast her voice to make it sound like made it sound like someone was knocking at the door.
Yeah.
So both the guards and Queen Celestia opened the door, at which point PPOP snuck in, hid behind a questionable-looking pillar.
Yeah, did a pretty epic power slide coming through the door as well.
Yeah, very epic power slide.
Like definitely going full air guitar while he was doing it, I guarantee it.
Oh, slow-mo. Found out that the queen does not able to wear the crown.
Yeah, because you heard so it was Queen Celestia and the
Chamberlain.
And what?
The Chamberlain?
Yeah, custodian, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like the chief one.
Yeah, and they were talking about Luna showing up, and Queen Celestia was saying how she must be getting ready to, throw weight around because of the eclipses and everything, and how she's worried because she can't wear the crown. So if Queen Luna finds out that she can't wear the crown, at that point she still thinks that Luna can wear the crown. Yeah. So it's the like only thing keeping the power balance, basically the mutually assured destruction is that they both think the other one has the crowns, but they know that they don't or can't use the crown, and so neither of them is willing to start a fight.
It's the perception of mutually assured destruction.
Exactly.
And then PPOP does the epic power slide out again, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure, right? Because then the decision is made when Queen Celestia leaves, because she causes kind of like a kerfuffle.
Yeah, she you don't hear the rest of the conversation because, of course, PPOP leaves the room, but something happens, some decision is made, and then Queen Celestia comes through the door, slamming them open, pretty much squashing the guards on either side of the doors, and then just storms off toward the ballroom.
Yeah, and there's enough of a distraction that to allow our heroes to sneak in.
Yeah.
And sneak in, they do.
And then after a lot of debate, you decided not to do something horrible to the custodian.
Yeah, we thought about trying to, make the custodian, spill the beans, so to speak, but we were like, probably not the best idea. And the custodian leaves. We find a secret passageway. Go down. Freeze frame. Well, everyone else is frozen, I should say. Topple appears and starts talking to Manawanui, saying that Manawanui should take the crowns after they use them and give them to Topple at some future date, which Manawanui is a little skeptical about.
Yeah, but he did offer you something if you were to give him the crown.
He offered to change Manawanui back into...
Yeah, he offered. Yeah, he changed. He offered to revert your gender back to its original state, as well as to give you a book from his library.
That is correct. Manawanui is heavily thinking about it. It's much more of like, all right, let's see if we can actually get an opening to do such a thing. Yeah, then we'll decide. Anywho, and then we got the crown. I think that was it.
That was it. That's where we left off last time. A lot happened. All right, so you guys are all standing around in this basement, brightly lit just by the shining brilliance of the crown. However, everything is plunged into deep, deep darkness as Manawanui takes the crown and secrets it away in his little bag. Your eyes being, still adjusted for, what is probably brighter than daylight. Everything is very dark. Sammy, casts light. I think usually she just gives it to PPOP, so she'll cast light on PPOP. You're finally able to see as your eyes adjust for this dimmer torch-like brightness.
Isn't Sammy not with us?
All right, Sammy's not there. Who would have done it? I guess I'm pretty sure. Let's see, because you have Yasuka, who does not have light, and you have Starfire, who would have light. But sure, we'll have Manawanui do it. So he casts light on the tip of his staff, and turns around, backlit by this light in a somewhat silhouette as everyone's eyes are still adjusting back. Definitely not looking ominous at all. And yeah, as you're just getting ready to kind of like settle in to the situation and plan your next steps, you suddenly feel the ground shake underneath you. Not strongly, not even quite like an earthquake, more like if you were, you know, if you've ever stood underneath an overpass as a semi comes over and there's just that rumbling. Nice. Feels like that. And it's definitely not normal.
Guys, I don't think this is normal.
It's definitely not normal.
Well, excuse me for describing it that way. Just wanted to make sure everyone knew that this was not something that had been happening or that you would expect.
No, I do appreciate it. I
is it the crown?
No time. Let's I think we should hightail it to your mom's tomb in quotations.
Okay. Let's run.
I think once they discover the crown is gone, it's gonna be very, very hard to get up.
All right, so you guys run up the stairs, I presume.
Unless there's like an other looking exit.
It doesn't appear that there is any other exit down in the basement.
Yes.
All
yes,
right.
we do.
So you're running up the stairs, and you get up to back into Queen Celestia's chambers. At this point, it's not just the rumbling, which you felt. In fact, the rumbling has become a little bit stronger as you've gone higher up. In fact, now you can hear the sounds of general pandemonium even through the door and walls. So there is yelling, there are people screaming, you know, lots of footsteps running in various directions. Do you still have the crown on, or Manawanui?
I would not have taken it off, so yes.
Right. So at this point, you are also about to lose invisibility. You have maybe 5 minutes left on it. And yeah, with the crown still on, you can, as I described when you put it on before, you can sense the like life force of people through walls. And you can sense various life forces just running around outside of the door and the walls.
I thought you were gonna say you could sense life forces disappearing.
I mean, there's enough going on. It would be really hard to tell through walls. It's pretty hard to tell. If you want to take a minute and do a perception check to try and figure out more of the situation, you could.
That be like an in-game actual minute?
Yeah.
Okay, so no, we need to get the double hockey sticks out of here.
All right, so 5 minutes will definitely not get you out while invisible.
Will it get us to that elevator?
Unlikely, especially given how much is going on. Just navigating the ground outside, it's just like the hallways and stuff, is probably going to be very difficult.
What if we just kill everybody in the way? Would that be faster?
No, because several of them are capable of fighting back. Presumably.
But like, you'd be unsuspecting, you know what I mean? You're just like straight to the neck.
You can try. You can try.
Is someone knocking on our door? Oh, it's one of the carts. Okay. I thought someone was pounding on a door for a second, and I was like, this is disturbing.
Right. You might remember, if you want another option, that Sunbeam did say there were air vents and that they did exit into this room. That was one of the options to get into Celestia's room.
To the air vents.
All right, so you look around, and sure enough, despite the fact that it makes absolutely no sense, but it's a cliche for stealth missions, so I threw it in there anyway. There is, a cartoonishly large air vent that you guys could squeeze into if you pull the grating off.
Nice.
Of course, the unicorns will have to go into human form. A horse would not fit through these. And then PPOP, if you want to fit, you will also need to, stop being centaur form.
I think he's in human form, isn't he?
No, he went centaur form to... Oh, no, you did change back to squeeze through the door when you power slid. So, no, you're already good, PPOP.
Power slide always comes.
All right, so I'm assuming that is the plan. Pull the grating off.
Yes.
All right, we can either get a disable device from PPOP to disable it, that way, or to remove it that way. Or if you want to just have Akalupu roll a strength and just rip it out of the wall, that is an option.
Let's rip it out.
What's PPOB's disabled device bonus?
Well, the ACs are going to be different, so that's not like a direct comparison.
Okay, well, Akalupu's fine just ripping it out.
Rip that out. Oh.
17.
All right, yeah, that is more than enough. You just go up, grab it in one hand, and rip it straight off of the wall.
Nice.
Throw it into the corner.
I got a 23, but I'm too late.
You go up to where the grating is in the corner, and you take your little screwdriver out, and you unscrew the screws, and then just look at everyone.
I helped y'all.
I'll be right back. Molly's calling.
All right. Okay, so you guys are able to squeeze into the vents and start making your way. Where are you headed to? Right now, you're in a fairly safe position up in the walls. Every once in a while, you come to a grate and you can actually see out. And what you see is mostly just the various party guests and servants running around in a panic, trying to get to exits. If you ever, you can hear from the direction of the ballroom, the sounds of combat, but you can also hear sounds of fighting from other directions. It's not just the ballroom. That's just the loudest.
Okay,
I don't need to be invisible right now. Can I use?
You're already at this point. You would be visible again. You would have run out of your hour, so you are no longer attuned.
Lame.
Lame.
Eat people. Does that make it last longer?
You might have to try that at some point. All
you
missed, Jason, was just that you, as you're going through the vents, when you come to any of the gratings, you can see people running around. It's largely the guests and the servants running around in a panic, presumably trying to find exits. You can hear the sound of combat coming from the ballroom fairly loudly, and then you can also hear quieter, but there are sounds of combat coming from other directions.
I vote we don't go towards the sound of combat.
Akalupu says we should always go toward the sound of combat.
I vote we blow a knockout dart onto Akalupu.
You don't have a knockout dart. You have a dart that
That's right. We have a
drugs him up, and who knows what will happen at that point.
Well, I'm sure that would go well.
Surely nothing.
Yeah, I think that's more likely to cause a berserker rampage.
Yeah, definitely. So, where are we headed then?
Where's the nearest exit that's accessible by vents?
Well, none of them really. The vents all exit inside. But if we want to get toward an exit, there's one back toward the servants' quarters.
Lead the way.
All right. Do you want to get out, like, basically in the kitchen area where you've been before? Do you want to try and get up to that, the lift that you know is in the back?
Let's get to that elevator.
All right. So you make your way to the lift. The sounds of combat are only continuing to grow. And eventually
Is there anything... I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Is there anything we can, like, pick up from the sounds or brief glimpses of combat that we see? Is it like Luna and Celestia's people fighting? Is it like the
You haven't seen
people?
any actual combat. You've only heard it. And all of it is too far away to really make out anything other than the fact that there are explosions and fireballs and swords clashing together, etc.
No, like, oh, you dastardly Luna,
No, not unless you want to go to the ballroom.
What are we thinking?
Well, I thought you were already headed to the lift.
Yeah, no, we should probably continue to go that way.
All right, so you guys, it's a little interesting navigating up in a few places, but you get up to the 3rd floor where the lift is, and you exit out onto the lift. At this point, now you can see out. You're kind of peeking around. You're in a large warehouse kind of room, because this is where they unload the supplies. And you're kind of like, looking through, a window or a crack in the door or something, to the exterior of the castle. And you can see that combat is going on outside. So you are in the center of the castle, which, if you remember, is in the center. So there's a wall around the castle. Then there's a courtyard, so an open space, and then the castle itself is in the center of that. There is fighting that you can see going on at the walls. And yeah, at this point, you definitely recognize the colorations and the heraldry of Luna's forces fighting Celestia's forces. And this is definitely more than just the, like, 8 honor guards that Luna came in with.
Well, that's interesting. I say we try and avoid all that nonsense.
Yeah, I think that's probably, like, a good idea. We could take the secret exit out to the forest.
Secret exit.
Yeah, I mentioned it before. She did mention it before.
I was gonna say, did she really mention it?
Yeah, no, that was one of the things she talked about when you guys were putting together plans on getting into Celestia's room.
Oh, nice. Well, let's do that.
Okay. I guess back into the vents then. All right, back into the vents then.
Back into the vents.
All right, so you do some more crawling through vents. Eventually, you exit to the bottom of the tower where Sunbeam's room is. And she moves aside a carpet and with Akalupa's help, a very large piece of furniture. And then, goes and she finds a specific stone and pushes it at just the right angle and then twists it and then pulls it up. And you see a secret entrance slide aside in the floor, revealing another set of stairs, very similar to the ones in Celestia's room.
Nice.
So headed down there, after you go in, she, pushes a much more obvious button on the inside, which closes the entrance behind you. And then you make your way through a fairly roughly hewn tunnel. Nothing fancy here, no stairs or anything like the last one. But with the light that Manawanui is casting, you're able to navigate fairly easily, and you make your way through to an exit, which she, again, a fairly obvious button. She pushes on the side, and then a door ahead of you opens into the bright sunlight. I know you caused an eclipse earlier, but that would be over now because you're no longer attuned. Yeah, you guys exit out into a very thick patch of the forest in what appears to be just a very ordinary looking boulder. But of course now you can see the door open in it. Yeah, and you seem to be outside of the direct fighting, though you can definitely still hear it going on. You are right by a hill that would be pretty easy to climb if you wanted to like peek over it and see things from this side.
Can I use my bird sight?
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and do your little thing with Reginald, you can do that.
I'm gonna do my thing with Reginald.
All right, so you share senses with Reginald. Yeah, presumably you tell people rather than just collapsing onto a pile in the ground with your eyes rolled back unexpectedly.
Don't worry about it.
All right, well, everyone else just sees Manawanui randomly just fall into a crumpled pile on the ground with his eyes rolled back.
Where the stolen his soul.
So Manawanui, you send Reginald out to start flying over the battlefield, and you do hear very loudly a battle cry from this side of the fight, and you hear one of the unicorns shouting for like Luna and the crown. And yeah, you see what appears to be Luna's entire army arrayed against the castle. There's fighting going on in the sky. There's fighting on the ground. They're trying to breach the walls, climb the walls, fly over the walls. Of course, Celestia's forces are trying to prevent all of these things. And additionally, you do see that there is fighting, or at least the signs of fighting going on inside the castle, though again, you can't really see into the castle where the fighting is happening.
Yikes. This is a full-blown war.
Well, yeah, but you don't know any of that yet. You just know that Manawanui is lying on the ground drooling.
This is going to be shaking him back and forth, yelling.
Well, they've
Don't
seen,
go toward the light.
They've seen Manawanui when he's.
Yeah, but normally you don't just randomly collapse on the ground when you're doing it. You like get set up and like go into a meditative pose, right?
Oh, well, like Manawanui would have like sat down and crossed her legs, child pose.
That's not what you said you did.
Well, that's what I meant. I said.
All right.
Crossing your legs is a child pose.
Hey, ow. All right. I think unless there's any more to be seen, I think Manawanui is gonna come back to reality.
All right. You're sitting there. A Peepiopi and Akalupa are taking turns slapping you to try to wake you up.
Hey-ya!
At least that's how I imagine things went down.
Oh yeah, I mean, Akalupa's definitely been shaking him, being like, "Don't go toward the."
Guys, stop! I'm fine.
I did a strength roll to see whether or not I broke his neck.
Oh, geez, well, how hard are you hitting?
I'm shaking you to make sure you're not dead, telling you to come back.
It looks like Luna brought all of her forces to attack the castle.
Oh no, it's so sad. Like all these people are like hurting and fighting each other just because of the crown that like nobody even knows that neither of them had it like to begin with. Like we have the crown.
They'll know when we open
Suckers.
the tomb To the tomb!
You don't know where the tomb is.
Oh, where's the tomb? Just runs off into the forest.
To the tomb!
Where exactly might that be?
Who are you asking?
Sunbeam.
Well, like, I guess we know that it's like somewhere in the valley, but like only the queens are supposed to know where, and the high priests.
I bet it's somewhere really nice, because my mother was a queen, and she deserved the best. Are there any super posh locations in the valley?
Not really. Most of the cities are like on the coast, or of course, you know, the two big ones up on the hills.
Hmm. But you know where any of these priests live?
Does Harley know where the tomb is?
She might. I guess if you say, did your character say that out loud?
Yes, I was saying that to Blackrock.
All right, Blackrock's not there. She's taking care of Sammy. But Starfire will be like, well, she like might. I mean, if presumably Celestia and Luna know, so like Harley would probably know whatever they know. They know.
Maybe that's our best bet.
How hard would it be to kidnap a priest?
In the middle of a war zone?
Well, hopefully they wouldn't be in the war area.
Everywhere is the war area. It's all versus all right now.
Wherever the battle is currently taking place.
Well, if they're fighting because of the crown, and we like have the crown, wouldn't they have to like do what we said if we showed them the crown?
Or they would destroy us on the spot.
Yeah, that is like definitely a concern.
Yeah, wouldn't we have to have the crown on?
I mean, Celestia, mom, sorry, mom pretty much never actually wore the crown. Unlike Luna, I guess, who was telling everyone that she had the crown on, but it wasn't even like the real crown. Mom just said that she only wore it for emergencies.
Do you think it's more or less likely that they'll kill us if we come up with the crown and start trying to throw our metaphorical weight around?
Akalupu thinks it's less likely. Akalupu says you're all scaredy babies. Let's just do it.
So, Sunbeam, do you think it's more or less likely? Knowing your mom and Luna's temperament.
I mean, without the crowns, they don't have like any legitimacy or whatever, you know? That's like their whole reasoning for being queens. So, I mean, they might be mad, but like all their followers will probably just leave.
Nice. I say we do it.
You think they believe in the crown that much?
Well, that's always been the way that things have worked here. Whoever has the crown is queen.
We can stop this needless. I don't know if blood is being shed yet, but I'm sure it's not too far.
There's definitely blood being shed. People are definitely getting hurt. You can't say for sure if anyone has died yet, but people are definitely getting hurt. It might be like George of the Jungle in this movie. Nobody dies; they just get really big boo-boos.
Yes. If we can stop this needless bloodshed, then I think we have a duty to do so. with that, Mono Inui's going to turn. Is there like a hill that overlooks the battle?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying when you first came out. You're actually right by a hill that you could climb and pretty easily like look over the top of to see the battle without being seen, or obviously if you just stand on top of it, everyone's going to see you.
Alright, well that's what Mono Inui's going to start walking towards with the two halves of the crown.
All right, everyone just gonna leave Mono Inui solo, or is everyone going up with him?
Akalubu's gonna pick him up and carry him on his shoulder.
Well, her at this point.
Yeah, her on.
I think
his
I also
shoulder.
said the wrong thing.
You guys need to use my correct pronouns.
I know we're sorry. At least you didn't change names so that we're just like dead naming you. All right, so
my name is Mono Wawichi.
no, it's Mono Wanetta.
Mono Wanetta. Anywho, once we get to the top, Mono Inui is going to hold the two pieces of the crown out and say,
So are you combining them or keeping them separate at this point?
oh, keeping them separate. Definitely keeping them separate.
All right, so you're holding them. So as you take them out and they come even remotely close to each other, they're magnetically drawn to each other. So if you want to keep them separate, you're basically going to have to T-pose it.
You want me to carry that other one?
Got it.
You don't look like
Well,
you got it.
If they're going to come together, because they're going to have to come together to open the door, right?
As far as you're aware, that is the case.
Okay. He's gonna let them cut. So he's got once they get to the top of the hill, and that will make some sort of bright light, which will serve our purpose.
I mean, just
getting
taking the
everyone's
crown of
attention.
light out will create the bright light.
Yeah. Well, once they get to the top, Mono is gonna take both crown pieces out and put them together above
Alright.
the head.
Above your head?
Yeah.
All right, so you take
Not on the head.
Probably wise. So you take the crowns out, and first you have to take the crown of night off of your head. And of course that's a difficult thing for you to do. Same as always, it feels so smooth and cool against your skin that it feels like it should be yours. But you managed to actually, we should probably make you do a will save. Let's do a will save. See if you even can pull off your plan.
It's mine. It came to me. Dude, I just had my freaking Kraken dice. Where did I put that? I was literally just shaking it in my hand. Fine, I'll just do it the boring way on the computer.
Terrible.
Like a serve.
Like a peasant.
Ooh, I got a 12.
All right, so you see.
Would that be enough?
So everyone sees Mono Inui starting to take the crown off of his head, and he looks at it for like a long second, and then he kind of like turns away from the group and starts putting it back on his head.
He's gonna grab his hand and be like,
Wait. Mono Inui's gonna use a hero point to re-roll that.
All right.
See if the second effort can't get us somewhere. Hashtag it. Freaking tracking hero lab. Hold on, I gotta refresh the page. 19.
All right, so you see him start to put it back on his head. Akalupu, I don't know, puts his hand on his shoulder maybe, or her
A
shoulder.
little moral support.
yeah.
And you can feel So Akalupu, you feel Mono Inui's entire body just incredibly tense, but after a second starts to relax a little bit, and Mono Inui resumes taking the crown off of her head. And then produces.
I may not be able to carry the crown for you, but I can carry you.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, so then Manawanui resumes taking the crown off and then produces the crown of light from her satchel. And then are you going to shout something dramatic as you combine the two halves? Or do you want to shout something dramatic after combining the two halves?
I think I'll shout something like, "What's the island called?
Silicon Valley.
Siliconite? That'd be the correct.
I mean, you just call them
term?
unicorns.
Unicorns.
All right, so as you combine the two crowns, the already bright light of the crown of light had probably garnered some attention. But after combining them, there is a blinding flash of light and a clap of thunder. And you see a very interesting sight. The sun goes into an eclipse, but there is a bright, fiery outline around the eclipse that still leaves it just as bright as if it were normal daylight. And yeah, everyone is now definitely looking right at you as you are holding the now reunited crown of balance above your head. And then just for funsies, let me go ahead and share with you what the crown of light can do. There's the crown of light. So similarly, you can attune to the aspect of light. So it is a golden red crown with sun and fire motifs. You can attune to the aspect of light once per long rest. Attuning takes 1 minute. The effect can be dismissed at any time as a whole round action. The effect lasts for 1 hour. The effect must be used all at once and cannot be split into multiple uses in a single long rest. Within the aspect of light, the wearer takes the form of an angelic creature radiating light. The wearer has wings of light that grant a 30-foot fly speed. The wearer can wreathe herself and up to 10 other willing creatures in fiery armor. When in fiery armor, creatures gain 40 temporary hit points. All creatures attempting to hit the target with the fire armor are considered dazzled unless they choose to look away when making the attack. And dazzled basically just means that you're not quite blinded, but pretty much it's not a thing you want to be. A blazing comet can be summoned. It takes 30 seconds for the comet to take full effect or cease if dismissed. The comet can last as long as the user is still in the aspect of light. The comet sheds magical light, making it as bright as day even at night. The light also reveals illusions and invisible creatures / objects. When in the aspect of light, the user can wield missiles of fire. Firing the missiles is 2 actions, like most spells. The missiles automatically hit their target. The missiles deal 8d6 fire damage. The spell can be channeled as a full round action to double the damage each round. The damage is doubled from the previous die count. So, round 1, it would do 8d6 damage. If you channeled it for an entire round, on round 2, it would do 16d6 damage. Then on round 3, 32d6 damage. Then on round 4, 64d6 damage. You can see how that would get crazy quickly. Yeah. And the spell can be channeled in this way for up to 6 rounds.
Nice.
Well, that would have been useful.
Right? That would have definitely made fighting, late stage capitalism a whole lot easier.
Yeah. Well, you live.
And now that you have the crown of balance, whoever has the crown of balance can attune to either or both of those. And you get 2 per day instead of just 1 hour.
Huh. It doesn't feel drawn to my head, theoretically speaking.
Oh, it feels very drawn to your head.
Ooh.
If anything, it is now a stronger temptation to wear the crown.
It feels drawn to your head, like a moth to a flame.
Exactly.
Who is the moth and what is the flame? Or which one is which?
I think we know the answer.
I'm gonna leave it mystery. Who knows?
All right, so there you are. Everyone is now looking at you. All sounds of combat have ceased. No one is attacking anyone else. They're either flying in place, staring at you, or on the ground. Most people have even put down any weapons if they were fighting with weapons. No one seems to be charging up a spell. Even the sound of fighting from in the interior of the castle seems to have ceased.
Both queens are frauds. And never, what's the word I'm looking for? Never possessed the ability, never were worthy. There we go. And never worthy of crowns.
Remember, you're not an old man anymore.
Oh, that's right.
No, you are now a young lady.
And never possessed, never were worthy enough to wear the crowns.
At this point, anyone...
Return home!
So, a few of them start to shuffling, and then after a minute, several of them actually kneel down, like they're bowing in your direction.
Oh, dang.
And this spreads in a ripple until everyone is bowing. And then after another minute, you actually see Celestia and Luna, who both look worse for wear, burn marks and cuts, and their armor and garments largely destroyed in the fight. You see them come limping out of the castle and looking up to the hill. Even they go down to one knee.
You done did it now.
Tend to the wounded. And if anybody knows where to find Imperial crypts, now would be the time for talking. Or speak now or forever hold your peace.
So at this point, PPOB, why don't you give me a perception check?
Oh dang, someone's gonna try and kill me.
Oh, you didn't notice the glint off of the sniper rifle at the top of one of the towers?
Right.
You know, the little, you know, Hollywood red laser dot pointing right at your forehead?
I hope PPOP notices. That's all I'm gonna say.
25.
Nice.
All right, so PPOP, you're finally, like, you've been pretty distracted this whole time. It's really the only reason you can think of that you hadn't noticed up until this point. But you finally notice some rustling in the woods around you. And you see Harley and her retinue, all of her warriors, slowly come filtering out of the jungle.
Dang it. Of course, had to be the dang anarchists.
Yeah, and Harley said, "Oh my gosh, you like actually did have that half of the crown. I thought you were like lying or whatever, but I'm glad you like have it. If you're looking for the royal crypt though, you're gonna need to hurry. You can only like see it during, you know, like this creepy double not really sort of eclipse thing that's going on.
Rainbow.
Because, like, you know, you need its effects to, you know, dispel illusions and whatever.
Well, quick. To the tomb?
Yeah, I can lead you there. And she turns to a few people and, you know, gives them some orders to start, like, basically cleaning up the mess and getting people home. And is like, you know, keep an eye on Celestia and Luna, and she even sends a few of her kind of like more powerful looking allies to specifically escort them and make sure they don't cause any trouble. All right, so that should like take care of everyone here. Yeah, so let's go. So you follow presumably as she heads off.
Akalupu.
Actually, I think given the distances to get there in time, you'll definitely have to fly.
Oh, well then.
So like yeah, we're definitely gonna have to fly to get there, so yeah, like Any of you who can't fly, go ahead and hop on. And she calls a few of her unicorns who light up with, you know, similar to what you saw Yasuka doing when you first met, these wings of light.
Mono and Louis is definitely going to hop on.
PPOP's hopping on.
All right. Yasuka can just fly. Starfire and Sunbeam probably can't, though. But they probably are like, they're like, we should like stay here and like also try to figure this mess out and like deal with our moms. So good luck and like try not to do anything stupid.
We're dealing with moms. No promises.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. You want to meet back at the beach cabana this evening?
Sounds like a plan.
Also, I think we already decided it was cabana, not cabana. Anyway. So yeah, so you guys hop on. So it is just PPOP, Manawanui, Akalupu, and Yasuka who are going from your group. So you guys take off and begin flying over the forest, and you can see as you descend, you know, into the valley, everything it turns into this lush, overgrown forest. You know that the anarchists have, of course, set up their base and have, you know, been able to stay hidden in it. Mono anyway, you're definitely, I assume you're keeping a hold of the crown. Yeah. The longer you have it, the more you want to put that thing on your head. So we're gonna need another will save.
$14 plus 8, so it's like a 22.
22. All right, so you're able to resist the temptation, assuming that you want to resist the temptation.
Do I feel like bad things will happen to me? Do I get the vibe from the crown that I would like burn up if I put it on?
The vibe from the crown is just purely promises of power, success, and wealth. Knowledge beyond anything you could even imagine at the moment. Just basically all of your wishes and desires being fulfilled.
I've been told what? I have not been told. I've been, what's the word I'm looking for? It's been suggested that it probably won't.
So, you, with your will save, you can choose not to put it on, but obviously nothing is stopping you from choosing to put it on.
I'll hold off for now. I can't promise later on that my will won't weaken.
All right. So yeah, so you guys are going over this this forested area, and then you can see a peeking out in bits through the trees. You can see in the direction that you're headed, in the entrance into a kind of a large hill. Well, not really. Compared to the two main hills, it's not large, but there is a smaller geological feature, and you can see on the front of it an edifice, which is this, you know, like the entrance to Petra, right, where it's kind of carved into the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
It's like that. This entire huge, very ornate, I don't know, gateway carved into the side of this hill. And you can see it shimmering in the light of the semi-eclipse above. And so you guys are landing just short outside of it. Outside, once again, there's a large lake, and then you can see a bridge that crosses the lake. This one is in the same style as the entryway and is also shimmering in the light, as if the bridge were made of liquid sunbeams, you know, like fire and light. And so you guys land out on the side of the lake across from that bridge and dismount. And so Harley says, well, now all that's left is to, like, open it up and see what's inside. So, like, if you want to hand over the crown, I'll get that done.
Mono died.
Mono Inui put on the crown and died. He died, or she died.
She couldn't help herself, and now she's dead. She popped like a grape.
What happened? I'm sorry, my phone died, so I had to switch to my computer.
All right, so you guys are now outside of this edifice carved into the side of a hill, and you are across a lake from the entrance. There is a bridge crossing the lake that is shimmering in the light of the semi-eclipse. It looks as if it were made of liquid sunbeams. Yeah, you have all landed and dismounted, and then Harley said, so, like, all that's left now is to, you know, like, open up the crypt and, like, get it done. Figure out what's up with, like, your mom. So, yeah, if you want to, like, hand over the crown, I'll get that open.
I think we'll take it from here. You know, it's that family stuff, so.
So do you, like, know how to open it?
Sure, we could. Do you know how to open it?
Yeah. Why else would I have just said I'll do it?
Oh, how do you do it?
Well, first I need the crown, and then I'll, like, show you.
Oh. That's super cool. Well, we'll figure it out if you don't feel comfortable telling us.
No, I'm pretty sure that I should, like, open it.
I feel like I should open it.
I mean, can you even use the crown? I'm pretty sure you're aware at this point that it's, like, a girls-only thing.
So you need to be able to use the crown. You can't just place the crown somewhere. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we got it from here. Isn't that right, Yasuka? We'll be fine.
I don't know. It's, like, up to you guys. I don't know how to, like, open the friggin' crypt or whatever.
I believe in you, Mono Inui, if you think you could do it.
I believe in me too.
So this is Harley again. Like, you definitely shouldn't. You don't really, it seems, understand what, like, messing with the crown is. It's, like, pretty dangerous. You've gotten real lucky so far. So I would not suggest that.
Can I use one of so I've got an innate spell, that's Discern Secrets, which you guys so can I try and sense her motive? Well, I have to roll to do that.
There used to be a sense motive. Is that still a skill? I'm gonna guess not.
So for the spell Discern Secrets, right? You call upon your patron's power to uncover secrets. When you cast the spell, the target can recall knowledge, seek, or sense motive. The target gains a +1 status bonus to the skill perception used for the roll, and the roll remains as long as you sustain the spell. The target is temporarily immune to Discern Secrets for 1 minute. So how would I, like, so I guess the one that I wanted to do was sense motive? I don't know what that would be, though, like, rolling-wise.
Yeah, so basically you're casting this on yourself to get a +1 bonus to your skill for sense motive. Is that a perception, if I had to guess? Let's see.
Probably. I don't know.
It might be diplomacy. Nope. Let's see if I can find it.
Is it Boneyard Boar, if I chance?
I want to say no. So sense motive is a basic action. So you just roll a d20. There's no bonus to it, except obviously your +1.
Okay. So I wouldn't also, like, I couldn't, like, use any other, like, diplomacy or anything like that to aid that.
No, so basic actions you just roll a d20 on, and you need to hit a 15.
I got a 17 +1 is an 18. So I got an 18.
18. Let me look it up and see exactly what you can find. So 471. Let's see. Page 471. Okay, let's see. Sense motive. You can try to tell whether a creature's behavior is abnormal. Choose one creature and assess it for odd body language, signs of nervousness, and other indicators that it might be trying to deceive someone. The GM attempts a single secret perception check for you and compares the result to the... Oh, so it is a perception check, and I make it.
Okay, so I've got...
It compares the result to the deception DC of the creature. Cool. All right, so what is your perception bonus?
It's +6, but then +1 would be a +7.
+7. All right, and let's see, what is her deception bonus? All right, so as far as you can tell, she is being truthful.
So why can't you just, like, tell us how to do it?
Well, it's like kind of a complicated thing, and like if I tried to explain it to you, by the time I was done, you know, we'd like lose the whole light and everything. Then we'd have to wait until like tomorrow.
Well, I can. I'm gonna try it first, and you know, better.
Like
then,
try what? You don't even know how to open it. What are you gonna try? You gonna put it on?
We're just gonna walk up to the door and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
What do you think? It's your mom, PPOP. What do you think?
I can tell you that that's not how it works.
We'll just try it this way first. Unless PPOP, you think we should?
You seem very confident. I believe in you.
See, I'm not so. I'm gonna. Do I have a? I feel like I have a spell that allows me to talk into his brain. Message. Is message? Would she be able to hear it? Okay, so I'm gonna use message, and I'm gonna be like, it's not so much confidence in me as so much as like I don't really trust her. She's kind of like a crazy anarchist. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. We're gonna try it this way first, and then if it doesn't work, we can always try again tomorrow.
Here we go. I'm gonna reuse this map. I know it's not exactly right. That's close enough. Oop. Get rid of all of your clones.
My clone.
You're really attached to those clones. All right, and then let's see. Go ahead and draw in. So the bridge is kind of like here. I'm sure that looks very bridge-like.
Yeah.
And then I don't have a token for Harley, so we're just going to use BlackRock's token. Look, I wanted to do this the nice way, but if you're going to make this difficult, and she starts casting a spell. Actually, not a spell. She draws her sword and shield.
Dang it.
And yeah, let's roll for some initiative.
I knew it.
She's like, well then, friendo.
Too real, Anna. Too real.
Hey, listen. If I remember, if that phrase does anything, it ensures that we're probably gonna win. If she's the one using it. So I'm just gonna say, every time I've said something like that, I've gotten pretty.
But it hasn't gone well for you?
Hasn't really.
All right. Well, we'll see how it goes for her. So, what is everyone going to use for their initiative?
Use diplomacy. Please think of the children.
In this case, this is something where yes, people can use diplomacy if they'd like to.
I'm going to use diplomacy then.
All right.
Or,
so diplomacy.
If I may ask, Boneyard Lord.
Only if you want to be dead and you're acting as a spirit from the other side. Would you like to kill yourself at the start of this combat so that you can use it?
No, I think I'll be good.
Use a perception.
I thought Luke was going to use normal.
All right, so just perception. Sammy is not there. Let me remove her from the stage. All right, that should be everyone. So let's go ahead and start. All right, Peepiopi, you are up. So Harley has drawn her sword and her shield. She definitely looks intimidating. Luckily, it seems like the unicorns that rode you here are standing out. They're not getting involved in the fight, so you're not surrounded or outnumbered.
I put on the countdown.
You could.
Not gonna lie, the thought has occurred.
It's an option. Keep it in mind. Like, you've seen what you can do, and you could attune to, well, you've already used your night one, but you could attune to the aspect of light, and you know what that can do now.
I do.
And it's a lot. If they could protect you for a few rounds while you charged up that beam, the magical missiles, think about it. You could do 126 d6 damage.
It helps my friends.
Or 128, sorry. But it's not your turn yet. It's Peepiopi still.
Okay. Yeah, guess can I try and sneak past her onto the bridge?
You can try. It is definitely very difficult to sneak past someone who knows your current location and you're out in the open.
Yeah, I don't really have many options in this scenario.
You've got that blow dart gun. You don't know what the mushroom juice is going to do to her, but you do have it.
It might scare her, might make her think that we're all these big, fearsome monsters.
That's actually a hilarious idea.
Just shoot her with all 5 darts.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot her with 1 dart.
All right, let's get a roll for it.
28.
Right.
All right. I think that's a hit. Unless she has something special. Nope, that is a hit.
Nice. Do I roll damage or is it just the effects?
Yeah, you roll damage.
Oh, it's literally just 1 piercing damage. I don't roll it.
Yeah. Yeah, blow darts are largely a delivery system for other things, not actually for doing damage. All right, well, let's get
1 damage. Let's go.
Yeah, that is true. So let's reduce that 1 damage. It's very important.
It could be the difference between life and death.
It could be. The bourgeoisie had 1 hit point left. If you'd killed it 1 turn sooner, it might not have almost killed the entire group.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get a fortitude save from her. Yep, she rolled an undisclosed number. So it sticks into her at the kind of, I guess, her neck. Where were you aiming? Clearly you didn't hit her eye with 1 damage.
No, I was aiming for, like, well, she's got a shield, right? So as far away from the shield as possible, probably towards, like, a calf.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, it hits her in the calf, and she barely even flinches. She's kind of pulls it out with her magic, the same way she's holding the sword and shield, by the way. She's not like standing on her rear hooves holding them in her front hooves or something still silly. She's using her magic to wield them. Same way, she plucks this thing out and kind of throws it onto the ground. It's like, ha! Are you trying to like tickle me or something?
Something like that.
All right, you have 3 actions remaining.
I have 3 actions.
Or you have 2 actions remaining, my bad. Not bad. And Sammy's not here to give people the extra action. Or no, that was Yasuka who did that. So you could still go.
Sammy just like bailed us out of dying a few times.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a healer in the group, so that's a thing.
I'm just gonna move right here and slice her with my Kopesh.
All right. Go ahead and roll that.
But it's my second attack roll.
Correct.
Why is it not letting me do the second roll?
You have to do the first one. And there's an option to make all of them show up again, like it used to. But by default, you'll have to do the first one, and then you can do the second one.
But now, oh, it has an error. Refresh.
Technology, why are you failing us?
Okay, 23. I rolled even higher than the first roll.
Well, the roll might be higher. The end result was not higher. Got a 28.
I meant higher than the first roll in that I didn't use.
Yeah. So yeah, you swing at her with the Kopesh, and she brushes it aside with her shield easily.
Brutal.
All right, and that is all of your actions. So PPOP is done. Mano Anui, you are up.
All right, Mano Anui's gonna look at a shadow in the forest, looking for maybe a shadowy figure to give like a nod or like a shake of the head.
You don't see anything. There's a rabbit.
Nothing.
There's a rabbit who's I don't know. No, there's a cat licking its private parts and staring directly at you while it does it.
Is it looking like it's saying yes?
I mean, it's kind of nodding, I guess, just because of the motion of its tongue.
Mano Anui is going to do something.
It's a good thing to do.
Yes, a very okay. It was okay. I know you saw Mama. You saw Mama and you walked away. So like, what is going on here? Does she look very strong? Like, do I get this feeling that?
I mean, I just described her as being intimidating, so I feel like yes.
In my compromised state, do I have to make another will save to avoid putting it on?
Sure, why not? Sounds like you want to, so I'm not gonna stop you.
I got a, let's see, plus an 8, 12.
All right, that is not enough. You're feeling inexorably drawn to the ground.
I guess I'm gonna put it on.
All right, you put the crown on.
He failed the will save.
So you put the crown on your head, and pretty much immediately you are in incredible pain. as if fire was flowing through your veins. It
Nice.
seems to be somewhat diminished by a counterpart, some sort of liquid ice also flowing through your veins, which is somewhat diminishing the effect, but yeah, you're not feeling great. You do, however, have the crown. Same as putting on the Crown of Darkness, you automatically go into, I'm going to say, even though you've used it before, now that you've combined the crown, we'll just reset all the cooldowns. So you now attune to both. So you find yourself now extending the the effects of the eclipse and the ring of fire. A comet also begins soaring overhead, and everyone sees you as you once again lift up into the air and go through your magical transformation. However, this time you are kind of a yin yang of fire and darkness, where half of you in kind of like a it's like the yin yang symbol where it's not exactly symmetrical, but it's balanced, right?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like across your body.
Nice.
And that is a full round action, so that is the end of your turn. All right, now it is Harley's turn. So Harley has already swatted aside PPOP's attempt to attack her. And now looking down at PPOP's significantly smaller frame with just nothing but disdain in her eyes, she brings the sword around.
I'm sorry, I just saw the token you had for on the Roll20. Not Roll20, Hero Lab.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad someone got a kick out of that.
I was like, what is that? Just a white background? Oh, that's great. That's perfect.
Give me your best shot, you old lady.
You old.
You're asking for it now. All right, where's this thing? Here we go. All right, so she's going to attack you with both her sword and her shield at the same time. And she has a feat called Double Slice, where she gets to make one strike with each of the two, combining damage at the first attack bonus. So she's doing 2 attacks, but it counts as being her first attack, so no detriment on the second attack.
W.
All right. Will a 37 hit?
Yes.
Is that a crit?
It is.
All right, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I think I'm dead.
Yeah, how many hit points do you have?
31.
Well, you're not dead. 24 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
And then she gets a second attack because that was a two action attack. So it's like using a spell, so she still has 1 left. Luckily, she only rolled a 15. I don't think that'll hit.
That misses me. Loser.
Yeah, she only did, most of your health in 1 hit.
You hit like a girl.
So yeah, she takes her sword and her shield, and she basically like slams the shield into you, knocking you off balance, and then swings around with the sword, just absolutely tearing an enormous gash out of your chest. Like you can, if you were in third person, you would be able to see your ribs.
Oh, geez.
But then she tries to swing at me again, and I hop out of the way and spit on her.
And I kick her, sir.
Well, I think really the third one is just like going wide as she expects you to react and you don't.
and I spit on her.
Sure. You spit blood on her.
Nice.
Yep.
Hardcore.
All right, so that's the end of her turn. So Yasuka sure would like to do her giant jump in the air attack, but unfortunately, if she does that, it's also going to hit Pipiopi. So she's just going to move here. Harley doesn't have attacks of opportunity, does she? I know that's a thing that her class can have. She does. Ah! I'm not going to retroactively do that on you, PPOP, but you should have gotten attacked when you moved
wasn't a thing in
into
this game.
It is. It's a specific feature that you have to get. So instead of like everyone automatically having it, instead it's a thing you can get as a feat.
Oh.
And Harley does have that. So she should have hit you on the way in, but like I said, I'm not going to do that to you retroactively. That's mean. But she is.
Then I would be dead.
Yeah. But she is going to get to do that on Yasuka. So let's get an attack on her. And hopefully she doesn't crit and kill Yasuka. 27 will hit. That is not a crit on Yasuka, thankfully. Let's see what kind of damage she does. This is just with one sword. Only 11. All right. So Yasuka comes in, you know, clearly worried about you. She runs in to start flanking and help you out. And as she's coming in, I mean, maybe that's even why she missed you. Is she was like swinging wide and misses you because she's distracted by Yasuka, and then hits Yasuka on the way and just slams her with the shield. Yasuka manages to like tuck and roll and land back on her feet, but she definitely gets hit there and takes some damage. So now Yasuka's gonna attack. So let's see what she can do. She is going to cast... let's do Lightning Bolt. Alright, so... Oh, it's a line. Well, she better not do that. She'll hit you. Not Lightning Bolt. She is going to cast Haste on PPOP. So PPOP, you now have the +1 to your attacks and then 1 extra action to use as either an attack or move action. That is her spell. Go ahead and reduce her spell charges, and then she is going to try to stabby stab with her horn with her final action. And a 22 will not hit, so she then tries to stab Harley with her horn, but again, Harley just bats her aside with her shield. That is it for Yasuka. Akalupu, you are up.
All right. So if I move in front of her, like there, would that be an attack of opportunity?
No, because you're not crossing through any threatened squares, you're just entering a threatened square.
Cool.
I don't think she has like a 10-foot reach on any of her weapons.
It's like well within just 1 move action, right?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, she wouldn't have gotten an attack on me because I went, you know.
Yeah, you would have had to specifically go around. You would have had to been like, all right, so then I go, come on, there we go, here, and then here. You can still make it, but the way you actually went, you would have gone through this square here.
Well, I just dragged to my end location.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You would have, if you had, well, you wouldn't have known, because I don't have to tell you what abilities they have.
But that would just be the way that you approach as a rogue.
I know, that's why I said I'm not gonna do it to you retroactively.
All I'm saying is...
Yes, you could have gotten around it. I agree with that.
Rogues be lurking.
But would you have known that you needed to be lurking?
Of course! Look at her!
If you say so.
Fair. Alright, and then I'm going to use one action to rage.
Alright.
And then I'm going to bite this trucker. So I get a 12.
That definitely does not hit.
Yeah, I had a feeling. No, wait, it's not 12. I don't know why I thought that 8 looked like a 3. It's still only a 17, but...
Yeah, still does not hit. Alright.
Bad feeling.
That is Akalupu's turn. Alright, Peepiopi, you are up. And very hurt. I believe you have health potions. Someone did. Now that you are aware that she has attacks of opportunity, though, if you are in a threatened square and try to drink a health potion, she will hit you.
Yeah, I'm gonna first swing at her, because she deserves it. 23.
Alright, that does not hit. So once again, pulls up her shield and your Kopesh slams into it, but you don't hit her.
Okay, then I'm going to retreat to here and drink a health potion.
Alright.
Well, I'm not even gonna drink it. Well, does a health potion take 1 or 2 action?
1 action.
Okay, cool. So then I can still blowgun.
Yep.
So yeah, I still did have the 1 Cure Light Wounds. Tasty variety.
Nice. That's the kind to have. And then it's up to you. You could also use your last action to regain half of your stamina.
No, I want to blowgun her again.
Alright, roll for attack then.
Oh, and what do I get for my Cure Light Wounds?
2d8 healing, if I remember correctly.
2d8.
Nice.
Big money! That puts me back to full. And then blowgun. Second attack. 13. Dang.
Alright, so you shoot it at her, but she's wise to your tricks at this point. She just blocks it with the shield and it pings off harmlessly. And that leaves you with 3 remaining blow darts. Alright, so that is it for Peepiopi's turn. Mono Anui, oh, actually, we ended the round. I forgot. Mono Anui, round ends. And you feel this raging torrent inside of you, and it does not feel good. Very much not.
So, quick question. If I cast the fiery armor, would that be an action?
Yes, that would be a probably a double action because it's basically a spell. Let's see what it says real quick.
So for the fiery missiles, it says it takes 2 actions, but I don't see.
We're gonna say single action.
Okay.
So single action, you can wreathe yourself and up to 10 other willing creatures in fiery armor. But first, as the round ends, you can feel the magics torrenting, like a torrent of these conflicting magics inside of you, trying to rip you apart, and you take 15 points of damage.
Uh-oh.
And again, I'll point out that the Crown of Night liking you is protecting you from the majority of what that thing would do to you otherwise.
Well. Not saying we need to kill her ASAP, but like, we need to kill her ASAP, folks. Alright, so then I definitely, well, so if I use the missile as the entire turn, as the entire round, that would be 16 d6s. Is that correct?
I think it starts at 8d6, and then it's the next round where it would be 16.
This is round 2.
But not of you charging the spell. So you have two choices. You can either cast it immediately, and it does 8d6 damage, or you can channel it for a full round, which then when you release it on a subsequent round, it will double the dice of damage it does. So you could spend this whole round charging that attack, and you can't if you also cast fire armor.
Oh.
Because it has to be a full round action.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'll be alive next round to cast it if I don't cast fire.
So you have the action economy to do the fire armor and then fire the fire missiles once, but if you want to, you can charge it for a full round, and then that's what doubles the dice each subsequent round. So I would do that, but I think I'll be dead if I do that this round without doing the armor, because it's damage every turn, correct? Yeah, every round it is going to continue damaging you.
Yes. So I'm gonna cast the armor on me and all of my friendos, not on Harley. Surprise, shock, the gasp. All
right, so everyone mark down somewhere, because you're going to need to keep track of it. You have 40 temporary hit points. So kind of how stamina goes down before hit points, your temporary hit points are before all the rest of it. So
and if they try to attack you, they get dazzled?
Yeah, so if they try to attack you without averting their eyes... Yeah, so... all creatures attempting to hit the target with fire armor are considered dazzled unless they choose to look away while making the attack, which is slightly better than being dazzled, but it still does make it a lot harder to hit things, obviously, if you're not looking at them.
So, and now I'm going to do my magic missiles, which is 8d8s?
Well, first you gotta hit her.
Oh. What do I roll to hit her?
So that's going to be the same as any of your other spells that you actually need to roll to hit on. So easiest way is just going to be to find one of your ranged spells and roll it.
Let's see.
So let's see, like Ray of Frost. Yeah.
+9. Where's my dice? All right, little dice. You've never failed me. Well, that's not true. But we're not going to talk about that.
Or no,
18.
wait. It specifically says in the rules that it's like Magic Missile and it always hits. My bad.
Oh, nice.
You know, it's not like I wrote this or anything. All right, but yeah,
well,
no, it automatically hits. Like that's like the second bullet point. My bad. So yeah, just roll damage.
Are 8d6. 24.
Nice. All right. So you are now, you can feel yourself being, torn apart. by the magics inside of you. You know, you're pretty sure you can feel bits of yourself flaking off like a burnt pie crust. But you push through the pain, and cast this magical fire on everyone around you, and then send out a torrent of these magic missiles that just whip up from your sides and go careening toward her, slamming in, dodging, working their way around her shield and everything else, and she's unable to block it at all. And you do 24 points of damage. All right. She is not even out of stamina points.
Hey, you know what? We'll take the wins where we can get them.
All right, so it's Harley's turn again now. So, unfortunately, one of the targets is a little further away from her now, and she doesn't really feel like walking. That'd be, far too much effort. So she's just going to hit the people nearby. So, she's going to do the same thing she did on Peepiopi for her first attack and hit you with both her sword and her shield at the same time.
Is she going to be, looking away during this attack?
So she actually pulls up her shield and is using it to protect her eyes. So she's only at disadvantage, not at dazzled. So let's do a second roll and see what she gets, because that first one's definitely a hit. Second one, see if she rolls any worse. I mean, she did roll really poorly on the first one. Alright, pretty sure 27 will hit, which was the lower of the two. And is a crit on Akalupu. So, let's get some damage.
Akalupu, look out!
So, Akalupu, you get one heck of a slapping, and she does 31 points of damage.
Whew, that was the number that would have killed me.
Yep, she could have definitely rolled higher when she hit you, PPOP.
Nice.
And don't forget to take it out of your 40 hit points first.
Oh, I know, and my pink rhomboid has
that's right.
so I have 55 temporary hit points.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's starting to sound like you might need it.
Yeah.
Shield for the win.
All right, so she has a second attack, so she's going to just try to slap Yasuka. An 18, I don't think hits Yasuka. Nope. All right, so the second attack misses once again. That's Harley's turn. Yasuka's up, so she is going to use a second cast of her haste, and she's going to cast haste on Akalupu. So Akalupu, you now have an extra action. And then she's going to try and stabby stab again. See if that goes any better for her. 26, I believe that hits. Yep, that'll hit. Come on, big damage. 8 points of damage.
Nice.
Alright, so that is Yasuka's turn. So Akalupu, you're up.
Akalupu's gonna try to bite her.
This time you can bite her 4 times.
Yeah. How does that work
Nom, 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 nom.
with...
The last one will be at the same bonus as the third attack, so it's just...
Okay. Cool. 34.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll all the attacks and then damage after.
Yeah. 16.
It's a miss.
10
That's a miss. And then one more.
and 12.
It's also a miss. All right, one hit.
Big money.
7.
All right, 7 points of damage. Hey, it's still points on the board.
Yeah.
Just wait until that.
I need Sammy.
Right. All right, so that's the end of the round. So you know what that means, Mono Anui. It's just pain. All right, 13 points of damage.
There we go.
Is she alive?
Yeah. You got 40 extra hit points.
Yeah, those temporary hit points coming in clutch.
Yeah, that's why I cast that first rather than charging up the spell.
Oh
right.
wait, don't we have the armor now too? Can he cast that on all of us?
He did.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, all of you have the fiery armor now. So all of you have 40 temporary hit points, and it's harder to hit you. So
And it's my turn again?
Sure is.
All right. I'm going to hop in there. I'm going to stab, and then I'm going to hop back out. This time, I get a little flat-footed, sneaky attack.
To get flanking?
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh.
29 and 16.
All right, 29 will hit. Did you want to roll your second attack as well?
The second attack was 16.
Oh, 16 misses. I thought you were listing damage. All right, one hit.
All right.
Boy, damage.
All right, and then just as a warning, you will trigger an attack of opportunity if you leave a threatened square.
Okay.
So the trigger is a creature within your reach uses a manipulate action or a move action, makes a ranged attack, or leaves a square during a move action it's using.
Oh, okay. So I got a 17.
17 damage?
Yes.
All right.
But that for some reason didn't apply my extra 1d6. Oh no, yes it did. If I take that off, it removes that.
Right.
I see.
Cool. And then we need a few break chances, because I forgot to have you do those on the last 2 attacks, right? You've made 2 attacks plus this one?
Yep.
All right, so we need 3 break rolls. Reginald, shut up.
He's very distressed.
He should be. His master is literally falling apart in front of him. All right, no breaks.
My God, I thought that was damage at first. I was like, what the heck did you do?
That'd be funny.
Oh wait, it was supposed to be 4, right?
I think it was just 3. It was 2 attack rolls plus this one. Well, still not a break, so you're good.
A 4th one that I missed. Oh, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, misses you don't have to roll on. Or no, you do have to roll on.
Yeah, because she blocked.
Yeah. But anyway, no breaks, so we're all good. So you have 1 action remaining. You can, if you want to, you can move 5 feet defensively. So you can't do your full move action, but you can move 5 feet in a defensive manner so as not to get hit by the attack of opportunity. If you want to just scooch a little bit away from her or reposition.
Can I prep a dodge action, make it more likely to dodge her next round?
Do you have a dodge action? I think you can fight defensively. Is that still a thing in 2nd edition?
I can raise a shield.
You have to have a shield for that, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is fighting defensively still a thing? Let's go to the glossary. So you can defend, which is travel with your shield raised, but obviously you don't have a shield.
Yeah, I guess I'll just take a step away in this direction.
Yeah, it looks like fighting defensively is not a thing anymore. At least not that I can find. Alright, sounds good. That is it for your turn. So that brings us back over to Manawa Nui.
And this turn, I think I'm going to charge the spell.
Alright, so you spend an entire turn charging the spell. So that means at the next round, you can release it to do 16d6, or you can do a full round action to charge it further to get to 32.
I think we'll wait and see how much health I have at that point.
Alright, so now it's Harley. So she notices you over there, starting to charge up a spell. So she's gonna try to push Akalupu out of the way. Alright, Brutus Shove. What is that?
Anyway, I could like make Akalupu shine more intensely.
Alright, you hit the opponent hard enough to make it stumble backwards. Make it strike with a two-handed melee weapon, and because she's doing magic, she can treat her sword as two-handed. If you hit a target that is your size or smaller, that creature is flat-footed until the end of your current turn, and you can automatically shove it. Alright, so she's going to try to hit you. And we'll see how that goes.
I don't know if this like affects anything, but I do have Titan Wrestler. I don't know how much bigger she is than me, so
She's technically the same size as you. You're both medium creatures. Even though she's larger than you, you both fall into the medium category.
okay.
Alright, so let's start by getting this attack. A 26 definitely hits Akalupu. Is that more than 10 higher than your AC? Or 10
Yes.
or more? Alright, so that is a crit again.
Is that one where she has to do 2? That's the 2, or is it?
Oh yeah, she does. Thank you for reminding me. Let me roll that a second time. Keep forgetting that. Alright, a 22. That's still a hit. Not a crit though. Or not a 22. What is that? 25. Is 25 a crit?
Unfortunately.
Alright, so
target.
So still-
I have to be a weak little.
still critical damage. All right, you're gonna take 28 points of damage.
Okay.
And she hits you with her sword. Luckily, she's not hitting you with the sword and the shield this time. And now she's going to do a shove as part of that attack. Let's see, where's shove? Here we go. Page 243. All right, so shove. On a success, you push your target back 5 feet. You can stride after it, but you must move the same direction and in the same. You can move, but you must move the same distance and in the same direction. All right, so that pushes you to here and her to here, which makes it quite the easy matter for her to use her second action to just walk over here.
Because isn't she attacking, shoving, and then walking forward?
Oh wait, no, it's against, you push the creature, you must attempt athletics, but the Brutus Shove just makes it successful, right? Let's see, what does Brutus Shove do again? Brutus Shove, if you hit the target, it's flat-footed until the end of your current turn, and you can automatically shove it. Alright, so that, yeah, you don't get to resist it. That's just part of that whole deal on that attack. What was your question, Abe?
Well, isn't that so? Is the attack, the shove, and the movement forward 5 feet? Is that all one action?
Correct. So because of the feats that she has, she's able to do a shove automatically on a hit. The shove lets her then push Akalupu and move, because she's shoving him. Obviously, she goes along with the shove if she wants to. And so that is all one action. So she then has a second action to move, and her third action is going to be to slap you.
Can I duck?
Nope, you're channeling a spell. Now, on the upside, this is her second attack, and so far she has not had good luck on her second attacks. And case in point, she got a 13. She rolled a 1. So yeah,
so she got a plus 12.
She does have a plus 12 on her second attack, that's correct.
Dang.
So yeah, she does not hit you, thankfully. So I guess you do duck. Or maybe Akalupu just like manages to knock her enough off balance as part of them shoving against each other. But yeah, Akalupu, you're definitely, past your temporary hit points now.
Yeah. Not by too much, but yeah.
All right, so that is Harley's turn. So Yasuka, let's see. Let's check out her spells. Does she have anything especially useful here? I mean, Lightning Bolt, but again, that's gonna hit. Actually, she's gonna move here so that she can cast Lightning Bolt without killing anyone. We're gonna assume Reginald's not right in the way.
Yeah.
Reginald's over here.
He's squawking.
Alright, so now she's going to cast Lightning Bolt. So, reflex save from Harley. It's a pretty high DC though, so there's a decent chance this hits. She does have a good reflex save though. 24. Alright, she does save. So I believe that's going to be half damage. Let's see. Success. Yep, the creature takes half damage. Alright, so instead of 4d12 damage, she's going to be doing half that, so... Alright, so she is going to do 10 damage. You want me to move Reginald back in the way of the lightning bolt? Because I'll do it. Alrighty. So that is Yasuka's turn. Akalupu, you're up.
I'm going to try to bite her again.
Alright, let's see some big numbers.
That would be nice. $18, $21, and $8.
Alright, all of those miss.
And $5.
Even more of a miss. Alright, you keep trying to bite her, but she just like...
Can I retcon that last attack and try to grapple her instead?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. What do I need to roll for that?
I want to say that's athletics? Yeah, athletics.
$28.
Alright, let's see what her defense against that is. 28. Alright, you have her grappled, so she is now unable to move until she breaks the grapple or you do.
And I figure it doesn't, but I have to ask. My flaming armor doesn't burn her as I grab her, does it?
No, sadly it does not.
That's what I figured, but I had to ask.
Alright, so that is Akalupu's turn. Pipiopi, you are back up.
Do I need to, not
Yes,
that I
you
want
do need to take damage. Let's go ahead and roll that. 15 points of damage. So yeah, you'd be dead like twice over at this point, if not for those temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do the same thing as last time. I'm gonna step this way and then go here so as not to trigger an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
And then I'm going to stab. Flat-footed bonus. 17, 10. Sounds like this.
Yeah, both of those miss.
And then yeah, so I can't even do anything else except retreat.
Or hit her again. Well, try to hit
Yeah.
her again.
It doesn't seem likely.
You could roll a 20. If you roll a 20, that's an automatic hit and a crit, regardless of any other modifiers.
I'm just gonna step back this way.
Alright, so that is Pipiopi's turn. Alright, so Manawanui. You can release the spell now to do 16d6 damage, or you can charge it for another round, or, any other combination of choices.
Real question is, do I want to, do I think I can sustain, or do I think the damage coming towards me is less than 22? That's the real question.
That's a very good question.
I don't think that's the case. I think, I don't think I'm going to make it to round 3. So
16d6 is a lot of damage. That's
a lot of
16.
damage.
That's
16 at a minimum.
Yeah.
And that's if you omega crit fail.
Yeah. But 32 d6s is so much better.
Yep.
But I don't think I'll make it. at the rate that my health has been draining. Because if you think about it, really, this doesn't pay off till round 3, till you get 32.
No, really, it doesn't pay off until you get to round 6 and you're doing... What even is that?
Well, because if you do just 8 d6s per turn, right? Then if you do 16 d6s on one round rather than 8 in 2, then that's like the same amount of damage. But if you wait till round 3 and you get to 32, that's more than you could get in 3 turns of just doing 8 d6s.
Oh yeah, the longer you hold it, the bigger the payoff. Because like, you know, if you get to round 4 even, that's 128 d6s. Like, who are you trying? What are you trying to do at that point? Kill God?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I don't think I'm gonna.
Round 5, I mean.
I don't think I'm gonna go get to round 5.
You're not gonna go for round 6 and do, what is that? 300 and... Why is math so hard for me?
I think
256 d6s.
That would be lovely, but I think with my remaining health pool,
Is it true that you have exactly 9 hit points remaining?
I have 9 hit points plus 13.
Someone else could pour a health potion down your throat on your turn.
Oh.
Or on their turn, I mean.
I think I'm all out of health potions.
Does anyone else have a health? Do I have a health potion that someone could reach into my pocket, grab, pour it on me? Let me see. I
feel like you should just release.
I feel like I should release as well. I can get to 32. That's a lot of damage. Plant goo, bloody knees, Kopesh, arrows, poison bolts, coconut mask, book, direction stone, medallion.
You could do 113 damage with 32 d6s.
I could do 113 damage. But that's if I make it. Otherwise, all it's for naught.
All right, well, you've deliberated for a while. Make up your mind.
I think we're just gonna do the damage now.
All right, so that's 2
63.
actions. So that's 2 of your actions to cast the spell now that it's charged up to this degree. 63 damage.
And then...
All right, so you absolutely like let out a yell, half of anguish, half of anger, and 16 of these fireballs come blasting out from kind of behind you and just to the sides, almost making wings of fire as they blaze toward Harley and just absolutely pummel her. But she is not dead. Well, technically unconscious. She is not dying.
And now I'm going to use my fingernail weapons that I assume I equipped when I put the crown on, like from the Crown of Night.
Yeah. So, what shape are you going for? Claws again?
Claws, yeah.
All right.
And we're going to do weapon deals 2d10 plus strength damage.
You gotta hit her first.
Yeah, I'm trying to find what it's like.
It's gonna be the same as any of your other melee weapons, so just use your staff to roll it.
Can I use my
daggers or a fist instead?
Nope.
I can't use my fist?
Nope.
Okay. My staff has a +6 and my fist has a +7.
Sure does.
Lame. Alright. So that plus that is a 16.
All right. Even if you'd had the extra point, you would not hit.
Yeah.
So you rake at her with your shadowy claws, but she once again, even though she is clearly quite weakened at this point, she manages to pull the shield up just in time.
Can I use my hero point to reroll that?
I think we said attack rolls were fine, just not damage rolls. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Expend hero point. 17 plus a 6 is, let's see, 23.
That is still not a hit.
Gosh dang it. Die, woman. Well, you just die.
Actually, I forgot she had a thing. Let me see. How many hit points does her shield have? 36. So she actually blocks a bunch of your missile damage. So she has a feat where she can use her shield's damage instead of her own health. So that will completely destroy her shield. So she no longer has that. It's going to be easier to hit her now. But she actually has 36 more hit points than is showing.
So then does that 23 for physical damage hit?
Just barely still misses.
Dang it.
Right?
I don't know.
No, I was just agreeing with your gosh dang it.
Oh. I thought you were asking me, like, I thought you were saying it does, right? I'm like,
No, just commiserating.
Now that you ask me, I think it actually does hit.
All right, but that's still a lot of damage, and her shield is out of the picture, so she can no longer do that double hit, and she no longer gets that bonus to her AC.
Nice.
So, better than nothing. That is your turn. All right, so now, her shield drops to the ground, a pile of molten slag bubbling and hissing into the shallow water and burning the plant life around it. And if anything, she looks even more angry than before.
Bite her head off, Akalopo.
So she is gonna just go for it.
As a quick question, no poison from poison darts have affected her yet, correct?
Correct. Or at least as far as you can tell, maybe this is that moment.
Well,
you don't know what it would even look like if it affected her. You don't exactly remember your experience with the bloody knees other than a vague recollection that it was awesome. And PPOP has not, tasted has not sampled it in a safe environment to figure out what it does or how to use it. So you basically don't know. But it doesn't look like she's, being like, demons, ah! If that's what you were hoping for.
Kinda. A little bit.
Alright, so she's gonna just hit Mono Anui 3 times. So AC of 17. Let's see what she gets. Alright, 37, that's a crit. 25 is a hit.
Is that the lower of the two?
Yes.
Oh, she has no shield to black to not. So doesn't she have
so
to
now
look away?
she's looking away, which is still just disadvantage. It was the same thing. She was just behind her shield, not looking at you.
I was really hoping it was like more disadvantage.
Nope. All right, so that is 1 crit, 1 hit, and 1 miss. So it could be worse.
I'll go out on the limb and say that I don't think I'm going to be making it to round 5.
Yeah, I think that's a safe thing to guess. How does 44 damage sound?
Well, it depends. Can I like draw lifeblood of like the earth to me? Like,
Nope.
Dang. I think that does me in. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
That's like exactly double the amount of hit points I had left.
Well, good thing you can't go below 0 hit points.
Right.
All right, so she, yeah, if anything, looks even angrier as she just rears up and she says, I wanted to do this the easy way, but you just had to go and make things difficult. Well, I will get this crown one way or the friggin' other. And just absolutely lays into Mono Anui, slashing him viciously and just sending him down onto the ground, just in a puddle of his own blood. All right, so Yasuka's turn. Let's see what she can do. So she is going to start off with some magic missiles. Oh, and actually, when you fall down, the crown rolls off of your head, by the way. So she's going to go ahead and cast some magic missiles. So that's 3d4 plus 3 damage. And that automatically hits because it's magic missile for 9 points of damage. And then she's going to also try to hit her with her horn again. All right, and misses. All right, Akalupu, you're up.
Alright. Can Akalupu shove her?
Yep, that is going to be an athletics roll.
But why would you want to?
To get her further away from the crown so she doesn't pick it up after it rolled off of your head.
I thought you were going to say, to save me from dying.
No, you're dead. Am I going to be able to shove her this way, or do I have to shove her, that way?
Let's look at the rolls. Let's see, what page was shove on again? Shove, page 243. Oh, that's the wrong book. That would explain why that looked wrong. All right, if you succeed, you can push your target back 5 feet. So no, it would have to be directly away from you.
All right. Not ideal, but they'll be fine. All right, and you said that was in athletics?
Correct.
$28.
All right, that is enough. So you shove her 5 feet backward. Are you releasing the grapple, or are you moving with her?
Moving with her.
Alrighty.
And can I only do that once per round, or can I do that as many times as I can roll for it?
I think that's as many times as you have actions. Shove is a single action, so you can do that twice more. It's not an attack action though, so you can't use your bonus action.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I'll do it one more time. I got 27.
All right, that is enough.
Um, and then, what the heck? It seems like the most useful thing. I'm going to do it. Try it one more time. All right, 29.
That'll do it.
And then I have one more attack option, right?
Yeah, you can either attack or move. And there's the crown.
Right.
It doesn't look at all right, but there's a symbol for it at least.
All right. I guess I'll try biting her once. I was hoping that was not the
It was
direction it had
here.
rolled.
Crown is here, and she got pushed over here.
Yep.
Don't say anything. I didn't know where the crown was when I started pushing him.
I'm sorry.
18.
That misses, unfortunately. Alright, so that is Akalupu's turn. Thankfully, Manawanui, you're no longer taking damage every round.
To be fair, I don't know if it technically. Well, I guess it could make me die faster.
Oh yeah, if you take damage while you're downed, it increases your dying level. So it would very much make you die faster. In fact, you would not be able to revive because even if you succeeded at your save to try and come back, at the end of the round, it would damage you and put you right back to dying.
Now that I know where the crown is, there's no way I can change my actions, is there?
Fine. The crown is over here. Are you happy now?
All right.
All right, PPOP, you're up.
I'm up. I'm gonna go pick up the crown. I'm not gonna put it on though.
All right, we're gonna need a will save from you though, because it's calling to you.
I got a 16.
All right, you do not put the crown on against your will.
And then I will. What will I do? There's not actually water around us, right?
So there is water kind of over here where the bridge starts, and then there is shallow water a little bit further out to like here-ish is like very shallow wetness, but not really like water.
Okay. I'm gonna blow my Triton's conch shell. And I'm gonna dive into the water.
Question: is there any reason why Yasuka couldn't put on the crown?
That's a good question.
Where is Yasuka?
Right here.
Under the bird.
The bird's not there on my screen. On my screen, the bird is over here.
Weird.
What if I move?
Oh, there we go. That was odd.
Yeah, Roll20 being weird. All right, so you're gonna head over toward the water and dive in over by the bridge?
Yep. And I blew the shell, so I've got extra move speed and can breathe underwater. And so can everyone else, right?
Yes.
honk sounded.
All right, so you are now in the water. With your move, we'll say you're able to get, because it's one move action, so you're probably like 5-10 feet under the water.
Yes, that sounds about right.
All right, so that is one action to go over to the crown, one action to pick it up, another action to leave. You have one action remaining.
It doesn't take an action to blow the...
Oh, it does. You're right. I forgot about that. So yeah, you are out of actions. All right, so that is it for your turn. All right, Mano Anui, you're dying. And you've used your hero points.
So joyful.
What? There was something with resolve and or focus points.
Yeah, so you can use your resolve. Your focus is just for your focus skill. So you actually used that when you were trying to read her mind earlier, I believe.
Nice and innate. Oh yeah, that was the focus. That is correct. Which
let's go to the pinned.
What that did me.
Yeah, let's look at the pinned message here. So, one of these allows you to use Failure Resolve. That's not it. Nope. All right, let me look in the book, because I'm pretty sure that was something that you could do. Let's see. Variant rules. Stamina. Stabilize. If a character is dying at the start of the turn, the player can spend one resolve point to stabilize at 0 hit points, gaining or increasing the wounded condition as normal. So you can spend one of your resolve points to go to stable at 0 hit points, but you, unlike spending a hero point, you do keep wounded 1.
So we're gonna do that. Stabilize.
All right. So now at the beginning of your next turn, you can wake up with 1 hit point. All right, so Harley, seeing what PPOP did, is like, no, that is mine. So she's going to try to break free from Akalupu's grapple. So let's get an athletics from her. All right, 25, and Akalupu's fortitude DC is not 25, so she just like kicks Akalupu away, breaking the grapple wherever you have a hold of her. You no longer do. And I gave her this and was like, oh, this is a stupid thing. Why am I gonna give her this thing that she'll never use? And now it's useful. She is Underwater Marauder, so she's learned to fight underwater. She's not flat-footed underwater and doesn't take the usual penalties for bludgeoning or slashing melee weapons in water.
Are you kidding me, dude?
I really did not think that was going to be useful at all. Legitimately, I was like, oh, this seems fun. She'll never get to use it, but it seems like it would be entertaining if I were playing this character.
How does she have all these feet?
What level is she?
I think she's level 18, is she not?
No. If she was level 18, you would all be dead already.
What's that thing about by her token?
The initiative.
Yeah.
Let's
see, what level is she? I think she's level 6. She is a boss fight, after all. So that is appropriately leveled and scaled for her to be a boss fight. Just saying.
Dang.
All right, and she has a 40-foot move speed, so she can easily get to you and get under the water and reach where you currently are.
I didn't realize I was entering her domain. I thought I was being clever.
So she's just like, you think you're safe underwater? My mother was like half dolphin or whatever. I am going to spank your booty cheeks so hard. And yeah, she easily is able to move up to here.
Oh no.
So let's see what this hit's gonna do to you. And you are flat-footed, no, or the Conk's Triton doesn't or the Triton's conch doesn't do anything to prevent you from being flat-footed, does it?
Information. For the next minute, you and all allies within 30 feet of you gain a +2 item bonus to athletics checks to swim and can breathe underwater.
All right, so yeah, you are also flat-footed fighting underwater. So that puts your AC at 19 effectively. 33. That's a crit. Uh, 26 points of damage.
I did.
Is your? I thought you had 31 points of health.
And that is including your temporary hit points from the flame, right?
Oh, I forgot about the flame hits. How do I add the flame hits?
You don't. I told you to just write them down somewhere and keep track of them.
Oh. Because that's the first damage I've taken since flame.
Yeah, so you have 40 of those.
Okay. So now I have 14 temporary health.
So you're not dead. But boy howdy, it's like when you get shot wearing, you know, a Kevlar vest. It didn't really do any permanent damage, but oh, just the impact. Like, you don't know how she's swinging this sword around underwater the way she is, but somehow she's swinging it just as effectively as she was above land, back on land. And yeah, it slams into you, where your already gashed chest is in not the greatest shape. And knocks the wind out of you. Not literally, like there's no mechanical effects, but effectively.
You start to drown.
All right. That's so funny that I gave her that. Was like, she'll never get to use this.
you're just psychically what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm a prognosticator.
Yeah.
All right, so Yasuka is going to join you in the water also. So now y'all are flanking her at least. Does she have any spells that still would work underwater?
Lightning bolt.
Oh, you want to get lightning bolted?
Yup.
All right, so you're just like, Yasuka, lightning bolt, do it!
Kill her!
But that'll, like, hurt you too! Do it anyway! All right, and I'm gonna say that nobody gets any dodge, like, no reflex save. You're underwater. You can't. So all three of you are gonna take full damage from this lightning bolt.
Wait, including Yasuka?
Yes, including Yasuka. She's casting electric magic underwater. So that's 4d12 damage coming y'all's way for 35 hit points.
I believe in the heart of the cards.
All right, Yasuka is not quite dead. Is Pipiopi still alive after taking another 35 points of damage?
I actually am dead. Damn it.
Well, because you took into account that you healed yourself, right?
Yep, I healed up to 20 hit points. And I had the 40 minus 26 minus 35.
Yep, that puts you
61.
under just barely.
Dang.
All right, so Pipiopi convulses And you are now unconscious and dying at 0 hit points. Harley is going to take 35 points of damage as well. And is also unconscious and dying at 0 hit points.
It was totally worth it.
All right, so Yasuka, as soon as she's like not twitching, is going to pull the 3 of you out of the water. So you're now gasping and unconscious on the shore of the lake. The crown still like clutched in one hand. Harley is also coughing and spluttering and unconscious.
Just push her under a little bit. Just
I mean, that's an option. You can finish her off here if you want to, but that'll have to wait for next time. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here. Let's start with Akalupu. What has Akalupu learned?
Akalupu has learned that other people actually get to use Underwater Marauder, but he has had it and not gotten to use it since he's had it.
Oh, so sad. You'll get there, I'm sure. There's no way you won't need to use that at some point in this campaign.
and now you know how effective it is.
Let's go to Manawanui next. What has Manawanui learned?
Manawanui learned that she can take a surprising amount of damage.
When she has a magical, armor taking most of that damage for her.
And also dealing that damage to her.
I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, at this point you're still smoking slightly as you're lying still unconscious on the ground. And finally, what has Pipiopi learned?
Pipiopi learned that I mean what, like, the freaking underwater man. I'm fuming.
Right? What are the odds?
I was like, I'm so smart, pulling out the Triton's conch. Everyone forgot I had that. And then it was not even useful in any at all. In fact, it hurt me. It actively made it worse.
I mean, it did help in that the electric attack got full damage without Harley getting a chance to do a reflex save for half.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
So in the end, you basically won it for the whole team.
Pipiopi learned that the water is a fickle bitch.
There you go. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining me for this session. I hope you all had a great time, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye.